All right. A girl say you can smash, right? But you only get 3 strokes. That's it.
What kind of strokes you give it? You only
What do
get
you
3.
do? What are you just?
I'm doing the go-to. I ain't answering this shit. I'm done, man. I'm done. I ain't answering this shit, bro.
We back, people. We're back.
What up, y'all?
New setup, cameras, mics, all that good stuff.
I'm out now. So that's good.
You see the legs crossed? He's
Hey man,
What's funny is of the two of us, I look way gayer than you right now.
yeah,
got the hot pink on the
Hot
shoes,
pink.
the
Yeah,
shorts.
Man. Hey man,
Damn.
shorts out,
It's like 90s coordination.
thighs out. Hey, when I got dressed this morning, Keelan's like, I like that. I was like, all right. Take the approval of a 7-year-old. You know what I mean?
You're stylish though. Your kids are stylish,
Yeah.
man.
So, So next week we'll probably have different camera angles, all that good stuff. But
You might want to speak directly more into that because
just to
it's
test.
those are
Well, when I was doing it earlier when you was testing, like I don't want to be like yelling hello.
Yeah, pause.
Because it's picking up. What? That wasn't even a pause.
Do you lean too close to
Nah, man, you reached on
Yeah.
the pause. You reached on the pause on that one.
But I'm saying, yeah, because from a directional standpoint, yours is on the side, so it's not gonna.
it?
Yeah.
Just move it.
All right.
There we
Yeah,
go.
that's what I meant. Yeah,
I don't want to hide my pretty face. You know what I'm saying? So
I think it should be straight.
this makes me the money. I'm not that funny.
How y'all been?
No, how you been? Let's just get to.
Yeah, come on, man. Come on,
man.
Super.
Don't
Come on,
be
Mr. San
don't be
Francisco.
trying to come in.
Mr. San
humble.
Francisco himself right here.
Yeah, Gary just won a San Francisco comedy competition. He
Means
was thought we
nothing.
wasn't gonna talk about it.
Means nothing.
You know what I mean?
I'm still broke. I'm still
Nah,
black.
You got bragging
Gary-
rights though.
Gary Rich.
I got
now.
some. You know what's funny, bro? What kind? It's almost upsetting that like after I won, I posted all the shit. I was like, hey, whatever I won, it's kind of a surreal moment. I didn't think I had a chance, considering all the factors. And motherfuckers came like, yeah, we knew you would win. We do. I'm like, don't minimize my motherfucking triumph. Like,
Wait,
nigga,
why is
this
that
shit was
minimized?
hard.
Well, I mean, from what Gary was saying too, like, was you considered like a favorite from people that you heard?
I was considered a favorite, but that was just I don't know. People don't understand like competition comedy.
Right.
Like it's certain people who just fucking murder at competitions.
Yeah.
Just because they style, they're fucking, it's just rapid fire. It's big punchlines. It's big act outs, long act outs, characters, callbacks, etc. Like my shit, I sit on a stool and I just talk like I just talk.
Yeah.
For the most part, I have a couple act outs here and there, but that's not my act. So even when I was invited to do it, I was like, I don't want to do it because I'm not a competition comic. I don't have that, that charisma also, that likability as well. So I'm like, I'm just, and it was like, dude, we think you'll do good. And, people said that like, yeah, we think you'll win. Like looking at, whatever. And I'm just like, I mean, I thought so too, because I felt confident in my material. But nigga, once the shit started unfolding,
Yeah.
I was like, nigga, I don't have a chance.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't say you don't have the likability though, because the only reason why you can get away with a lot of stuff you say is because
Just
you're
his
a certain
likability.
amount of likable.
Look at the stuff you said on the podcast so far.
Yeah.
It's like you said some wild stuff. They should have been like, I'm done with Gary, but women still love you on his podcast off the reckless stuff you said. So that's likability.
You have to, you can't get away. You can't get away with,
Yeah.
Okay.
especially stuff you say about the wife on stage. And
Yeah.
stuff. There's no way people, if they didn't like you, they'd be like, he's an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, he's mean.
I guess I thought like, that's a good point because we were talking about it right before the final show, and I was asking them like, would you rather be likable or funny if you had to choose?
Oh, likable.
That's interesting. See, and when people tell me that I'm likable, my first instinct is like, you don't know me. So that's why I'm always like, it takes time to like me. It takes time to get to like know me and actually like me and fuck with me.
Do you think you want that, or do you think that's just the case? Because at least even when I first met you, it wasn't like I had to build up to like you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's like I think maybe you feel like your personality is kind of harsh, and I think it is to a point. But I think people that get your humor immediately, some people might not get your humor immediately.
Yeah.
Then they'll be like, oh, I know he's not being like he's kind of an asshole, but he's not being super super serious about everything.
Right,
he's saying.
right.
Yeah.
And I just thought that like it just felt like likability to me is there's an element of inauthenticity to it. So being authentic, I think people in there not like if you're being your authentic self, most of us aren't likable people. Like most of us are kind of assholes.
I would argue the opposite.
Really?
I would argue the opposite, that people appreciate authenticity.
Yeah, I
and
agree.
therefore would be like, I will take whatever flaws that we all have because you're being honest. I'd rather have that than the hey, how's everybody? Like there's a certain person that I'm not gonna say who it is, right? Who speaks to everybody, who is very how are you doing, blah blah, and people can't stand him because they feel like it's fake.
Yeah.
So nice. So, I mean, checks on how's everybody doing, how's the kids, and people be like, get that fake shit out of here.
Yeah.
And where somebody who I think people just appreciate that's who he or she is.
Yeah.
Just and that's likable. Being honest is likable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I honestly hate like polite conversation.
Yeah.
So that's why I be like, I'm not likable. I can't sit here and just talk bullshit.
Most people don't like that, though.
They don't
Why
like-
do most people do it?
Because they feel like,
It's an awkwardness. It's just like
first of all, we're all in our heads.
Yeah.
And they feel like, well, I don't want to be that person that's not likable or that's too much for most people to handle.
Mm-hmm.
So let me sugarcoat or let me portray what I think people want to be seen.
Right.
Versus if you took everybody's filter away, everybody would be like that. Everybody would just be like, man, fuck this stupid party that we're at. Or,
Yeah.
whatever. But it's like, I can't do that because everybody is so worried about, and I get it in a social setting, how one may perceive you. But I think with where we're at in society-wise, with all the podcasts or stand-up clip, people are just like, so we can just say what we want?
Yeah.
So
And I
we
think
could
some
just-
people,
And then get in trouble?
Yeah.
well, I mean, I think
we
some
could do
people,
that.
even with the podcast space, they're also trying to go viral a lot of times too. And I think when you find people that are just like, if it went viral because I said some wild shit, it's just like, I was just kind of like,
I fucked a nigga in the ass last Sunday.
This nigga.
Clip.
like think about
Right.
this. Like, in all honesty, all the suspect stuff that Gary has done on this podcast, nobody thinks he's really gay.
Right.
Look at the comment section. There's probably like one or two people like, I think he is, but for the most part, nobody thinks you're actually.
But
I've been very clear with my identity. I'm very fucking gay. Like, what do I have to do?
And that's what I was saying. Like nobody has.
Who
like,
do I gotta
but-
fuck
but-
on camera?
But right now, though, you have to think though, like, all right, the people who are watching right now are supporters.
Right.
Once things enter to the space, because there's a difference when I do a video and my supporters comment on it versus when I have some shit go viral.
Yeah.
People are going off. They don't know me.
Yeah.
They don't know anything about me. There's no familiarity. There's no nothing. So if we had clips that went viral and they don't know us, there would be so much controversy in those clips.
Yeah.
Which, would help us with our viewers. And then for those who were interested would go watch the whole video and be like, oh, they cool, whatever. But the viral clips would be a shit show.
Yeah. Somebody called me. Somebody was like, I think I put up a video and I was like, my answer is like 7 to this, like not this math question, but like this little cup question I put up. And he was like, some dude was just like, see, motherfuckers just say shit to go viral. There's a block on the thing right there, so it can't even go into cup 7. I was like, wait a second. Then I zoomed in. I was like, oh, there's a block right there. And he thought I did it on purpose. And then people started kind of
Right.
coming at me. It was just like, oh, like you said, they don't know who you are. But people that knew me knew
I
that
made a mistake,
It was
bro.
it was an honest mistake that I
Yeah.
made. Yeah. So I mean, I don't try to be likable either. I just I'm just myself, and I understand that some people are not going to like me. And I'm 100% cool with that. I'm fine with that, and I understand that like I'm not for everybody. I understand that
But and on the flip side, I'm also not trying to be not likable. I'm just being me.
Exactly.
And you
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
take it or leave it. Like
Right.
I've had people say that, especially not so much now, but like on daddy issues and stuff. If I don't respond to something the way they deem a human should respond, they'd be like, "Oh, Keon's always trying to act like he." And I'm like, "I'm not."
this thing's a real life cyborg.
I'm
dog.
like, "I'm not trying to act like shit."
This thing is
That particular thing that you're discussing does
Yeah.
not bother me.
right.
This
Keon's
or
like,
that, like, and they'd be like, "Why he always got to be the?" And it's I feel like it's emotional people wishing they could either act like that or think it's like, just please be like us, please react to this,
well, I think
Do they? Go ahead. My bad.
I was gonna say, I think for you, your emotional capacity isn't the same as the average person's. It's a lot less than the average person's. So when they're seeing, I think you do some things and how you react to some things, it's just like how me knowing you and living with you, I go, oh, this is who he is. Like you can open up the Keon, he'd be like,
Yeah, he just
got
lacks
it.
emotional intelligence.
I'm not even saying fully that. I just think that for him, some things, and like I said, it's like the same thing when I remember your mom was just like, can you stop that? Can you work on that? Can you whatever? I was like, nah. She's like, then why are you worried about it? And then she walked off. It's just like
She walked off.
but it's just like but it's one of those things like he doesn't sit there and harp on a lot of shit that he can't control, which is most of us do. Most of us stay in our brains and think about for hours about stuff we can't control, and it's just like that kind of.
What makes me laugh though is when people are looking at me like, why are you acting this way or pretending like it doesn't bother you, and I'm on the flip side like, why does this bother you?
Yeah,
Like why do you care about this? And then the I think the misconception or I don't know what word I'm looking for, but like how Tony and DC will try to act like Tony's big thing is like everybody is emotional. I was like, no one ever said that humans don't have emotions.
Right.
That has never been said by
Keons don't.
I was like, my thing has always been not letting your emotions lead you.
Right.
Everybody gets mad, sad, happy, whatever. But I don't believe in staying in that or even letting that control your actions, because it's like, what is that?
It sounds
what
like
is it gonna do?
it sounds like you're calling us women. And
people, humans?
Because we're emotional.
The
And you're
human-
not.
Oh, no,
The
I'm a
human nature?
cyborg too. I'm not in on this.
Yeah.
You stand alone. I don't give a fuck about nothing.
But here's the thing. I think
Yeah, to my detriment.
well, and I feel like mine is probably, I guess, floating somewhere in the middle or whatever the case may be.
But
This
no,
shit-
I wouldn't call you
Yeah.
emotional, because you have. When I say somebody's emotional, I mean that their emotions control them.
Right.
I've seen you on the verge of getting pissed, on the verge of getting sad, and I watch you gather yourself and be like, all right.
Yeah.
So to me, that's not an emotional person. You will choose logic
Right.
over your natural emotion. And that's all I be talking about is I am 99% of the time going to choose the logic over my natural emotion.
Right.
Whereas supposed to be like, I'm mad, I'm going to fucking react mad.
Yeah.
And I'm like, or even when I get mad, I don't know how to dial it back now.
Well, because now even when you get angry, it's like, what does that prove? Because I think it was probably, it might have been you and I. We were talking at one point when I lived with you, and you're just like kind of like, so what does this do? Like, what? Why? If you're feeling like, what is that going to do
Right.
with this? And it's just like I was just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. And it's like,
Yeah.
then why? Well, like, it's like if you want to have a moment, and therapy did the same thing.
That's it right
With
there.
therapy was just like, with me was just like, all right, if you want to have a minute or two of having that, cool. But if you let
Right.
that shit go on beyond 5 or 10 minutes, you're bugging at that point.
Right. And even if it's 10 minutes, because sometimes some things are very, very big.
Goddamn.
I don't know what that is
Yeah.
right now and why it's happening. But some things are very big
Mm.
moments, whether it's happy, sad, mad, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, I guess my thing is like, how long though? How long
Yeah.
you finna
If it's just
stay in this?
if this
And then also
control-
let that make you do something, behave in a certain manner
Right.
that might not be beneficial.
Yeah, I mean, there was points and times, like even with, I won't get into fully what happened, but it's like even with stuff that happened in Big Sky, it was just like some stuff happened, and it's like you in your head you go like, I want to fire on somebody, but it's just like you go, all right, what does that do for real?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What does that prove that can stop me
That
from
you
now
got
getting?
hands.
I mean, but what does that prove to anybody else besides me that I got hands? Nobody gives a shit after that.
People respect a nigga with hands.
No, absolutely.
To a point, but I mean, they also fear you too, so they might not want to work with you or deal with you after that.
But they didn't want to work with you anyway, so fuck them. Nigga, hands. Nigga, fades. It's fades.
At that point, when there's no other option, well, fuck it then.
Yeah.
I give you
It's
that.
fades. It's
I
my bread.
understand that, but it's like but that's what I'm saying. You're able to control that and be like, all right, cool. I'm not gonna let this run me, because it's like if this person can now, let's say you got hand, but that this person goes, I'm gonna sue you now. You're gonna pay for all my doctor's bills and all stuff like. You're like, I don't got any of that.
I ain't got no bread. Don't give a fuck.
Hey,
Because I was the reason why I guess it's fresh in my mind, because I was just talking to Keith yesterday, my brother, and I was saying he's the easiest
I feel
person.
like you should have just said Keith and then let us decide if you're talking to your brother or your dad. We would have been like, he's talking to his brother.
Big Keith, Little Keith, Big Keith, Little Keith.
He is by far the easiest person in my life to communicate with, because
Next to your wife,
no,
your best friend.
hell no.
Your best friend.
Keith by far, because he's an emotional person, so that's why I use him.
Yeah.
Keith is 100% emotion. But he's so logical that he doesn't let the emotion lead. So even when he's the type of person that if he can't have the conversation, he's intelligent enough to be like, honestly, bro, I'm too upset right now to give you a solid answer. So let's just talk about it in another.
That's emotional intelligence, right?
That's what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
like he's so easy to talk to because he's in control. And I guess, okay, emotional people don't have control.
Right.
So that's what I mean when I say people are emotional. Because I know Tony and DC takes like so much offense to it or whatever. Not offense, but they're always trying to be like, you're emotional. I'm like, no, bro. Like that's not.
I think we've all had moments when we felt we were like probably ran off the deep end.
Right.
You know, even in our group chat, we'd be like, all right, no, what the fuck is that? You know,
Yeah.
we've had those moments. But I think for the most part, majority of our lives isn't like that.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm not going to, like you said, we're human. You're supposed to have at least a handful a year, at least.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's what I was gonna say. We should have the space because that's a part of being a human, and that's a part
Right.
of feeling alive. You got to let that shit out.
Right.
Otherwise, it may manifest in different ways, like that can be even more unhealthy. So to me, it's a matter of having a safe space to whatever you got to do,
Right.
explode or whatever. You know what I mean? And
Cry,
being,
whatever the hell.
Being in the space of people
Yeah.
who trust you and people who love you, who can be willing to endure that and then come back on the back end and address it or
Right.
or what have you and resolve whatever
My
issue you're
issue
going
is
through.
always like, okay, now how long you finna cry for?
Yeah.
That's
You
hella
know,
funny.
how long
That's
you finna
hella
be
funny.
mad, or
You
how
finna
long?
cry for
I
is
want you to
wild.
ask somebody
So-
that, like, as they start crying.
No, I can't ask.
How long is this going to be?
Because
Do you
it's
think?
live. It's live. This is real. You know what
But
I
in
mean?
your head, are you calculating like, okay, this is probably
Nah,
about 20 minutes?
depending on situations,
Yeah.
things of that nature. I just, I just, my thing is
That's
when
the
wild
game about
say
to
to somebody.
start.
Yeah.
my thing is just always like when it comes to how you're gonna behave now is when I'm like, hey man, get them emotions in check because now you can't function in society or you can't make good decisions because you are being led with how you feel.
Right.
That's not always the best option, and so my feelings don't control my decision making.
But it depends. I feel like you can still function at a high level even if you're in like emotionally like in angst or whatever. Like,
But that's the thing. Most people don't have the skills to do that.
But like imagine like a bad call or like 3 bad calls. You got 5 fouls or 4 fouls. You know what I'm saying? About to foul out, and you know what I mean. Now you.
But I can't blow up because if I get that 6
you can't blow up, but you get mad.
I'm out.
You manifested it in another way,
Yeah.
nigga. Now you getting buckets like
Right,
crazy. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So
right.
you
So
can
no,
still,
you can. But that's a choice that you made. I'm going to take this and push it towards
Yeah.
that to be productive.
Right,
So
right.
when it comes to emotions, most people are not productive with their emotion, and it usually leads to them doing some
Getting
stupid
that technical.
shit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Or
okay.
just a terrible decision, and it's like, and then you're more mad or crying or whatever with that decision. So it's just, now you're spiraling
Yeah,
with just all these,
yeah.
and it's like you could have done that
Yeah.
if you would have just used this versus how
Using
you
this.
feel. How you feel. So when I talk to my brother, he is me and my brother do not argue. We do, and if we are, we'll both be like, okay, agree to disagree, or we don't agree. I see your point. I don't agree with you, but I see what you're saying. It's like,
Right.
bet. He's the only person I know. Keenan's pretty good at it too. That you could just have these conversations and be like, I'm not feeling you, but I hear what you're saying, and it's cordial, and then boom, 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 done. Like,
Yeah, there's no reason because there's no reason to end a friendship because I look at it too as like I'm not supposed to agree with you with everything. Like
No.
like my brother and I are super super close, and I would say he's probably the person that we can have those. We're at that point now. We wasn't at that point before,
Right.
But it's just like we can just kind of get there and just be like, all right, like we grew up in the same household, same upbringing, everything like that, but we don't operate the same fully in a lot of spaces, and we're not supposed to. So it's like I understand that and be like, all right, I'm not going to agree with you with this. It's like I see it differently, or I might have grown a certain way to where it's like I don't look at it that way anymore. I don't like you said, I don't care.
yeah,
I don't give a damn about this.
Can you whoop your brother's ass today?
As of right now, I don't think so.
Oh,
I mean, we fought not recently, but we fought 2015 or 16. We didn't fight. We boxed.
oh, okay.
We boxed. We threw on
Like-
the gloves.
a sanctioned
Professional.
event.
Not professional, but I mean, like, it was structured.
It
You guys
wasn't
weren't
fully. It
mad.
wasn't even fully structured. We were boxing like in his crib. And he was like, I think he had
with gloves on.
Yeah, he was like he was about to actually graduate with his bachelor's.
But you guys I'm saying it wasn't like a fuck you, dude, fuck you.
No, it wasn't that.
Yeah,
He had gloves, and I was like, and I was at the time I started boxing with his boys from Alabama State, his Chicago homies. So like they were like showing me how to box and stuff like that. So I was smelling myself, and I was just like, and he had boxed with them previously, so he knew how to box too. And so I was just like, man, you get the gloves, man, you talking, nigga, I'll run up in your mouth real quick. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hella pause. So he was like
incest pause.
Incest pause. Incest pause is hella crazy. So he was actually trying to get ready. He had to do like one last assignment before he graduated, and he's like, yo, stop bothering me, dog. Like I need to focus on this. And I kept like I had a glove in my hand. And I kept tapping him in his face with the glove, like a child,
like a younger brother.
Yeah, so he's just like, all right, man, fuck it then. Yeah. So we square off in the living room, and I'm giving this nigga the business. I uppercutted him. He has a video somewhere. It's on video, and I uppercut him. He's like, whoa, like he's taking shots. I got him against the closet, beating him down, and then we get it back into the middle of the living room, and I'm telling the truth. He would swear this is not the case, but I'm telling the truth. I go to throw a shot, and I threw my shoulder out throwing the shot. And when I threw it, my arm just dies on the way down, and he catches me with the cleanest 3-piece, like, bah, bah, bah. I was just like, all right. And so they stopped it right there. And then.
Damn, stoppage, instant.
Damn, we got stoppage?
And so we stopped it.
The towel?
Yeah, he's like, it's early, hold on.
And I'm telling him, I was like, yo, I threw my shoulder out, like, just give me a second to, like, make sure I'm good, and we can start it back up. So we started back up. And he had like this, I think I said this before on here, but he had like this table, kind of like how this is, but it was like a glass table on top of a Black Panther. And he's backing me into the table.
Oh, I remember that table.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you've seen that table before.
No, but
I mean, that salad table. Yeah.
The Black community.
Yep. Yeah, the Black community has that table. So he's backing me into that table, and he hits me, and I'm backing, and I fall over the table. He thinks he knocks me out. I'm not knocked. The shot didn't hurt me. Right. I fall over the table.
Well, that's usually what happens when you get knocked out.
No, but you get knocked out, you're kind of like out.
Yeah, but you don't feel it.
No, but I'm conscious. I'm wide awake.
Oh, okay.
I'm like nigga, you didn't. I'm standing up immediately, like you didn't knock me out. He's just like, the knockout is over. He just throws the gloves.
Oh,
I was like, I'm done. Like I'm not fighting you.
He didn't even call it a knockdown. He said a knockout.
He called it a knockout.
Damn.
He called it a knockout. And I'm like, yo, throw the gloves back on. I'm not dancing. You know, my legs are not weak and like that. I literally fell over the table.
Right.
And then he's just like, that's the end of it. Like you'll never get that back.
I have to study.
Yeah. And he never let me get the rematch back. So I mean, my brother still has hands. It might be also an older brother edge too. You know, I might be able to get him, but it might be an older brother mental edge that he has over me.
That's true. That's true. My brother has that too.
Because you feel like you could take your brother physically, but
I could pummel my brother.
Yeah.
But that nigga just has, like, when it comes down to those type of moments, that nigga just has so much anger that he taps into. From like, nigga, I used to steal his shoes and wear them to school, nigga. He had like a whole CD collection of like 200 CDs. I think I left him on a bus somewhere. So I think that nigga just has like like when I was like young, he has just like a natural, like, I want to kill this slow nigga. Yeah. So he be tapping into some shit. Like we would be tussling, and he like, I'm thinking it's just like we wrestling. And then the nigga will like choke me out. He like try to choke me out. I'm like, why are you choking me? Nigga, we're just wrestling. What are you doing, nigga?
I think that's why boys can't beat up their dads. Because you have so much to go to. Like, little nigga, I know
so much.
All the things, boy.
Because they also have they have this thing called probably audacity too. So it's like it's the audacity of you to even test me. And that takes them to another level that we probably might not have until we have children and your son try to test you.
Because we're kind.
Or even for you as you're the older brother, I feel like, I mean, there's probably a possibility that either Kyron or since...
Kyron
will whoop your ass.
Kyron will get me.
He get you?
Yeah.
And so, so and funny, he's not the youngest.
And not only, he trains.
Yeah.
He takes all the stuff. So... if it came into a tussle, nigga, next thing you know, I'm in an arm bar.
But do you think? Because my thing is a lot of times too. My older brother, he gets me to an emotional space to where I'm not focused to keep fighting smart. Probably not now, but when I was younger. Do you think you can get Kyron to that spot to where it's just like, as an older brother, I can kind of do some things to you to where you get too emotional and you lose your mental.
Well, it's not hard to make Kyron too emotional. He gets defensive about that too, and we call him emotional because he's a hothead. And he's always like, people always label me mad. I was like, well, if everybody's saying it,
If everybody's
If
saying
everyone's saying it,
Yeah.
you know, and it'd be easier. It'd be easier for you to just acknowledge it. That way, you can recognize when it's happening, or be like, you know, like my dad knows he's a hothead.
Yeah.
But my dad is older. He can recognize his shit. Does he change his behaviors? But he can recognize all of them. So Kyron doesn't really recognize his things, and so he's like, Bob. So he's like, all right, like, you know, all right. So I think there might be a trick or two, but he just get me just on training and stuff. Like, I'm stronger than him, but you know,
Yeah, it would probably be one of those things. Yeah, yeah.
he has more. He has more tech. At this point, he has way more technique and way more. You know, I mean,
That
the
sucks.
most
That's
important
what it
part
comes
is
down to.
Keith is losing all of us.
That's funny.
So
I feel like I wouldn't have thought that because he had military background and stuff like that.
yeah, but he only did it. You know, you go to after boot camp. You know, then what you doing? You know, he was. We're gonna
nerd.
You know, so
emotions, man.
I took my brother to a Giants game. Man, this nigga, man. Cause you talking about like emotions and just being a hothead. Like, I was telling him. Well, what ended up happening? I brought my backpack with me. I didn't know, like, you know, the rules or whatever, but I wanted to bring my water in because I know I had a show that night and I needed to be hydrated. So I'm carrying my backpack as I'm walking in, and you want one of the like guys in the wheelchair, like before you get to the entrance, like you might not be able to bring that bag in. And immediately my brother like is looking to see who's entering into the stadium with a bag. He's like, that bitch got a bag right there. Like one of those type of situations. I'm like, bro, just come on, let's go. We just going.
And all he said was you might.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you a heads up at a possibility that may occur.
Bro, then we get to the where we check in. Dude was like, hey, you can't bring the bag in. Of course, my brother like, she just brought her bag in. What about? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, we're not here for that. Yeah. Man said we can't bring the bag in. We can't bring the bag in, dog. I'm just trying to get in the game, dog. And I was like, where I gotta take my bag. I'm like trying to be extra calm because I know that this nigga is like ready to injustice. Like he's ready. This is a travesty. So I was like, where do I check my bag? And he's like, yeah, you gotta go down that way. You'll see it on the left. My brother, see, that nigga can't even give us directions, right? I'm like, oh God. I'm like, bro, we ain't even gotten the game yet, bro. Yeah. Go down there, and I'm like, dog, you gotta chill, dude. This is supposed to be a good time. Right. Like he's like, you know, and so I'm talking to him, and he kind of, you know, he has a point. I mean, there could be some bullshit, but I'm not about to fight this fight right now.
This battle,
it's not worth it.
Like, nigga, you have to fight every
and
fight.
They didn't say I couldn't come in the game. They just said check your bag.
Just check your bag.
Okay.
So I check my bag, right? And then the tickets were given to me, and I go, you know, we go up to the ticket thing, and the tickets don't work. And then my brother immediately is like, hey, nigga, don't get mad now. And I'm like, nah, I'm not.
That's so childish, bro.
I was like, nigga, I'm not bad. We gonna figure out, like, but I know if it was like him, he would make a moment in that moment, and then nigga the police end up coming in. Right. You're not gonna get in the game at all. Yeah. Like, so we had to go around, obviously, you know, some bullshit, and then wait for a minute, you know, who ticket, and finally get the tickets. Finally get in the game. I was like, bro, you gotta chill, dog. He's like, I'm angry about a lot of shit. There's a lot going on. I'm like, I get it, but they didn't do shit. Yeah. Like, these people didn't do anything. Yeah. Like, they're just
That's
working.
All they do.
Yeah. And I was like, and I think what he wants is to, like, for people to recognize, like, that this whole structure is bullshit. Like, all these rules, like, he's trying to see them on, like, a human level. But it's like, nigga, these are people who are barely work like this. Yeah. I don't want to say that, but, like, they're like, nigga, these are people who are like, you make any mistake and nigga, you're out. Right. You know what I'm saying? So these are people who are trying to protect their fucking employment. Like, you're fighting cronies. Like, this is not right. These are just the minions of the corporate, you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing?
Like, even when you watch movies, they don't go for the
nigga, go for the
street
boss.
level. Yeah, they're trying to build a RICO case and go to the top.
So I'm just like trying to talk to him, like, dude, I have a trigger too. It's like, and I get that. I'm not saying that I'm above a trigger. Like, I have a trigger. Right. But I'm just like, bro, your trigger is way too fucking fast. Like, nigga, you shooting at anything moving. Like, if you feel any sort of, like, level of, disrespect or whatever. So, yeah, man, it was just like a moment where I was just like, man, this nigga, so it's like I don't, it's one of those things like you're almost a liability now. You know what I mean? It's like, but I still love you.
Kyron's not that bad. Yeah, he's not that
I was
bad.
like, I want to hang out with you, but like, nigga, you can't be a liability. Like, let's just
Yeah.
have a good time. And he's like, I just won't say nothing. I'm like, maybe that's the answer. When shit goes down, maybe you just need to be the nigga to just be quiet and step in the back.
Right.
Let's
Maybe you don't need to be on the forefront.
We'll call you in the game when we need that type of energy.
That's
Right,
like 'cause
right,
that's
right,
not
right, right.
that-
Yeah.
I was like, that's not a bad idea. Like that's not a that's nothing to diminish you or anything. Like, but maybe that's just your part because you know how you get.
Yeah, my brother's not that bad. He gets mad, but he's not gonna. I don't trust him to do anything like stupid.
Yeah,
you know?
man.
Right,
But
right,
he just-
right.
he
Nigga,
just- he
man,
has a
my
temper.
brother do shit, get the police involved.
Yeah, no, he ain't gonna do
ASAP.
that. But you know what's funny is like this is the things that we think about when you start looking like down the line of like where you might be career wise. Like who can I bring to what?
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? And like where
Yeah.
can I who am I have to cut off? Who am I gonna have to, like what
Who's a
what
liability?
social I things that I think about that stuff all the time. Like who? And I think everybody I mess with now, I'm fine. I don't think there's anybody who
Any
could
wild
be
cards?
yeah, like any wild cards, or even if it comes to like whether it's with women or something. I was like, I don't think I know any,
Right.
crazy sexual,
Deviants.
yeah. Like I was like, I
Ooh,
think
where
I'm
the
good.
women at?
I was like, I don't know any deadbeat dads. Like I don't. I'm going through all of them. Like I don't know no
Yeah.
junkies. I don't know. Not in my
Yeah.
circles.
Abusers, anything like
Yeah.
that.
So I'm like, I think I'm good on that end. For where I can bring you
Sounds boring
somewhere
to me.
and I'll be fine. You know what I mean? Because I think about that stuff. Like when I have the money, I'm like, yo, we going to Vegas. I'm paying. I'm paying for everybody.
because
let's go.
They're coming for you. Because
Yeah,
like anything,
exactly.
anything happens, they're gonna come for you. They're gonna try to sue.
We found this on this bus. It's your bus, nigga. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like so that's all the stuff I think about is like, and then I'm also thinking about too who's gonna be my buffer. Who's gonna be like,
that.
hey, bro, you gotta take this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't do it. So
And you need
who's-
somebody who's gonna take the L.
yeah, I was like, I didn't do it. Who taking this L? I ain't doing it. I'm the money.
Yeah.
You know?
The cash cow can't go to jail, Playboy.
Yeah. So who's gonna be this person?
Who
Yeah.
gonna do this bid?
I feel like I got a few friends that I don't necessarily talk to as much, but they're still my friends, and I grew up with them. They're just like I feel like I'll be a little nervous bringing them in certain spaces, and somebody saying something, and them just being like, I'm beating this nigga's ass, but
Yeah.
like the energy is there to where they're gonna beat somebody. I was just like, bro, you can't beat up this corporate dude because he didn't acknowledge you. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I can't have that happen.
You got the wrong hat on, nigga. What?
That's why you just got to make sure people are good, like mentally and internally. Like I
Yeah.
feel like if you're in a happier place with your shit, you have less of a fuse. Like your fuse.
Oh,
is
absolutely.
not-
Yeah, you
know
said
what I
you
mean?
kind of start to weed it. I feel like the older I've gotten too in my personality, and I don't want to say change, but like the calmer I've gotten and the changes that I have made, I feel like it just starts to kind of like you stop hanging out with those people that were a certain way before.
Because you're just too much for you.
Yeah,
You
it's just
be
like, you're
"All
doing
right,
too
this
much,
is-
bro. I can't be around you.
this
Like
is a
any
lot."
dudes that fucks up the energy with women, it's like whether I know I'm married, but still it's just like don't make the energy weird or don't
Bro.
be touching girls and grabbing up on girls and being like, yo, come on, let me talk to you. It's like, nigga, she said no. Like
Stop, bro.
it's over. You know what I'm saying?
And I don't want to be the creepy crew. Like I don't want to be.
That's
Right.
funny.
I don't want to
That's
be
funny.
that. Like,
Yeah.
because we live in Hollywood. You hear, like when
Yeah.
these stories come out in the public, a lot of these stories about these dudes we knew before they drop, or you heard. You might not know the
heard-
person, but you heard
Yeah.
there are possibilities of so and so get down like this or whatever.
And that's how they get down. It's not like it happened like once.
Yeah.
It's like no, there's like 40 cases, 30 cases of this person
Right.
acting like a reckless animal, and you just like, oh, this is who they are.
Right.
I understand that we're all gonna have a thing which is like, nah, this is something. Cause also too, things can be weird to somebody that's not weird to you. Be like, oh, I was acting regular, but like that was weird to me. It's just like, nigga,
Yeah.
how was that weird? So it could be anything. It could be anything on that spectrum. Too,
I've been
but if it's-
spending all this time, like in Hollywood or whatever, building up such a good reputation that if somebody try to lie on me or something, everybody be like, nah.
some bullshit.
You know what I mean? Like,
That nigga doesn't have the emotion to pull that off.
somebody hit me the other day. It was a female comic, and she was like, "I was talking to somebody, and you had came up, and the person was like, man, I'll fuck with him,' and she was like, yeah, that you're a good person, blah 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 blah. I was like, is that the like, especially with the female? I was
The
like,
general
what's
consensus?
the buzz around? The consensus around the female? She was like, nah, everybody, you guys, this whole squad, you guys are safe. You guys are, cool. You guys are helpful. Blah blah. I was like, cool. Like let's just
You do got
say
a good
that.
squad. Yeah, I'll say that.
I feel like a couple of female comics said the same thing about just in a sense was just like, yo, like you said, that y'all respectful. Like we always walk women to their cars. Make sure they're even from a chivalry standpoint, like walking on the inside, and they,
And when I walk you to your car, that's all that happens.
it's all that happens. I
It
don't
ain't
like,
no story of like we got to the car and then he put his finger in my butt. You know what I mean? None of that
I
happened.
purposely be like, I try to be like, all right, I'll catch you. Like I hit you with if you come in for the hug, I'll give you a hug. But I'd be like, all right,
I just did that Tuesday. I went in for the handshake and she was like, hey. And I was like, all right, I'm just,
yeah.
just making sure. Somebody mentioned it in Minnesota. I was taking pictures and my hands were visible and, not touching. She was like, oh, you making sure you don't get in trouble, huh? She was like, it's okay. I
I
was
keep
like,
my
hey,
hands
man.
right over. Right,
I was like, I
I
just
do
don't
right over the
no
crotch
smoke.
hands. Like,
Yeah, I was like, I'm just chilling, bro. I don't want no, and it has nothing to do with me being married. I was like, I don't want smoke with some random person who's having a bad day.
yep.
And be like, he was. Nope. not
Did you
me.
see? Did you see more of the video evidence of like Jonathan Majors that came out? It's looking even more crazy on her end. Like he's like walking by. I guess after the whole incident, like the argument, he's walking by. And he's kind of just like, hey, don't touch me. Like I don't want no problems. And then another guy just like there's like another white guy being like, who the fuck this guy thinks he is? He tries to like go after Jonathan and they kind of stop him too. And you could tell like it's starting. I'm not saying what it is fully yet.
Set up?
but it's starting to look
Looking like a setup?
Kind of like a setup, but maybe she didn't set him up on purpose. It's literally like sometimes women have that emotional rage, which is like I'm going to say this and get you in trouble, but they don't know how much of a fucking firestorm it's going to be for somebody like at his level. Right. And so it's starting to look like, she just is like angry for whatever reason, and then now it's starting to come back on her. But they have like outside of like apartment or whatever evidence of this
Good for
stuff.
him.
And just like that's why I think he's kind of just staying silent.
My thing with all that stuff is now, what happens with the companies that drop you immediately and blah blah? Like, what do they do on there? A my bad? Is there a my bad severance package?
You're done to me.
Is there a
You're if that's me, it's like
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about these companies or whatever. Do they ever be like
Apologize.
sorry? Yeah, just the apology.
not publicly.
Acknowledge it.
Like
Public apologies don't happen unless you're the one that they're trying to squeeze shit out of. Like I don't if the people that actually made the mistake be like, oh, we messed up and we found out that it is a lie on you, they rarely ever come back and be like, you know what, we made a mistake. We were just taking precautions. We apologize.
which would be fine because I understand precautions.
right.
But when
for the-
people throw you under the bus and you walk that back.
Yeah, I don't.
Like,
I,
walk
would,
that back.
I would imagine that it is. It's not for sort of the public conviction. It's just the situation as a whole arising. It's like this is just a thing. You know how it works. You got heat on you. We got to pull back.
And I understand that.
Yeah.
I guess my people be as loud as you are to shit on somebody. If you're wrong, you got to be as loud.
Yeah.
With the I apologize.
That's people though. That's
You
not
know
like
what I
it's
mean?
reps and shit.
I don't.
Everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't expect people to ever come back around and apologize. But I do. I feel like for the people that's from the space of like where my money comes from, you niggas owe me an apology. Mm-hmm. Like, and I want it.
Yeah,
like I feel
you
like
didn't trust my character.
I feel, or here's the evidence on the low because we can't show it to the public yet.
Right.
But I honestly feel like if anything ever happens in that way, and
but it's all public though.
that's
Yeah,
technically true.
They're
but it's-
reacting solely off just the public
But
perception.
I just think I'm gonna be the person
Facts.
that's gonna be like, you niggas owe me an apology. I know I'm gonna be saying that.
Yeah. Oh, I know me. Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I got into some shit in college, and our school was like big for the town that it was in. And it was like I didn't do this thing, and it was like my coaches was like, I understand that 100%, and I believe you 100%. However, if it goes public, you're done.
Yeah.
Like, so that was sort of the understanding. Like I get it. I know you didn't, but
Yeah.
if it goes public, it's out of our hands.
Which
now.
I'm fine. I'm fine
Yeah.
with. But like for people who be loud on, and this is in general, like you said in general, you got to be man or woman enough to walk your shit back and be like. And I've seen people convince themselves, well, I don't care what they say, I still think that they did. And it's like, yo, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like just say I'm sorry,
I mean,
Yeah.
most
or I
people,
was wrong.
Most people got a lot wrong with them.
Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
There's a lot of people that are psycho.
There are people who live in Vacaville.
Yeah.
So, that's what I was telling some of the comics. I was like, dude, at the end of the day, like, who gives a fuck about their opinion of you? You live in Vacaville. Like, I don't give a fuck about what you think about art. Nigga, you live in Vacaville.
Is it like the
You
Lancaster
live
of
in
the Bay?
Fresno. What the fuck do
it's-
I care about what you think?
It ain't shit. It's
Okay.
just- yeah, kind of like a Lancaster or a
Palmdale.
Yeah.
Palmdale. Yeah, just in a. It's just. What are you doing? You know, just what? You don't know anything. You ain't been nowhere. You ain't. Because people be like, "Why does your city matter?" Because what you're exposed to.
For sure.
If you're the more you're exposed to, the vaster view you have on things. You know?
By the way, shouts out to Vacaville. I love Vacaville, man. Amazing town. They got the Air Force Base and all that shit. Mad love. Mad
Nah,
love.
dog.
I'm
It's
working
too
on my
late.
likability.
It's too, it's too late. Your emotions got the best of you, bro, and you snapped on them.
But yeah, I do that. I love your joke about the not caring about what teenagers think. I'm like, why do y'all give a fuck what
It's
these kids
crazy,
think, bro?
dog.
Yeah.
Like I thought about that yesterday, literally yesterday, as I was making my 90s video, and I was like, I realized, I post for people who's gonna get it. I don't give a shit if a 17-year-old thinks I'm funny or
Yeah,
intelligent.
Thinks
First
you're
of all,
cool.
yeah, I don't care if you think I'm cool because I've been 17. You're an idiot.
Yeah.
You're broke. You don't
Yeah.
know, like I was gonna make a video about that actually. By the time this comes out, I'll probably put the video out, so it doesn't matter. But I was gonna make a video about like how, why do you guys care about what people in their 20s thinks? When your 30s is lit, you have way more money than you've ever had. You're way smarter than you've ever been. You have more experience than you've ever. Fuck 20s. I don't
Yeah.
give a shit about a 20-year-old's opinion about nothing. You're broke. You're stupid. You're gonna realize in another 10 years I didn't know shit. But I don't care if some 20-year-old's like you're old. Like they be doing that on Instagram. They'll call somebody you old. Okay.
You'll be here.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Yeah, hopefully.
I hope you're so lucky.
Yeah.
To be here. Like
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about old.
Yeah, I feel like
Great.
30. I feel like 30s, early 40s, or depending on if you're a young 40s, like physically and mentally, not
Yeah.
physically, but like physically, anyways. You're still young 40s. Those are probably like the best 20 years of your life. Is that
Man.
30s, all the way through
30
40,
to
40,
50?
50. Yeah.
They should be. However, most people at that time are raising kids, and they're just working in, like most of society just working raising kids.
Mundane life.
Working, raising kids, gaining weight, getting fat,
Yeah.
getting, you know what I mean?
But you're still probably at least at the closest to your most comfortable at around that
Mentally?
time.
But
Yeah.
you got those ones who be like, man, 20s was their best time because now it's just boring. They in
Boring,
Vacaville doing nothing.
Shout out to Vacaville, man. Mad love.
But what
Doing nothing.
if boring is fun to you? Like for me, I don't know when we're gonna wrap up, but like
I don't
boring.
know how
And,
long we've been shooting.
huh? We're at
Yeah,
12,
make sure we
12
still
o'clock.
going. You still going on the camera?
The red light's on, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But like, yeah, to me, it's one of those things. Like, I like to chill for the most part. Like we got our honeymoon is in November, and Janelle's already getting stuff planned up, and it's like. I'm like, man, like I think someone too put a video out. It's like how dudes are when they travel with their girl. They want to be in a hotel and pretty much have sex for like the whole time. Just dirty, nasty sex, looking over the balcony, smashing, doing. And to me, that's vacation.
Oh, yeah.
But to her, it's like, no, we got to hit excursions. We got to go on these different things. And all my head is just like, this vacation already cost us like $4,000 to $5,000. And it's just like,
All right, let me ask you a question.
Let's pick one thing and that's it.
Not to cut you off. Let
Go
me
ahead.
ask you a question because I want you to continue. If money wasn't an like an object at all, like if money,
But
you
no
do whatever you want, what's your plans then?
I think when it comes to things, I would still want to travel, but I don't necessarily got to go on every type of excursion. Like I would still want to go to these places. And like for me, the first thing I ever did when I went to Mexico, we went to Chichen Itza and we got to see the Mexican, like the Mayan pyramids out there, right? And I don't know why, but that stuff started to interest me more than just doing other
Right.
fun stuff, like super what would be considered fun stuff. I was like, I want to see the history of this place, learn the history of this place, and I hated history growing up. And I was like, that to
Well,
me
because
was,
you ain't looking at pyramids in your face.
that too. It was just like seeing this, like they fucking built this. This is
Right.
crazy, and it's just like
That's
that.
what they told you.
That it's the aliens. I don't know, but it's like it's one of those things. Like, all right, that to me of like seeing like sightseeing the city a little bit is cool, but also too, I'm just like, all right,
Somewhat free shit.
yeah. And it's like I don't care to necessarily do a whole bunch of stuff. Still, I just like being able to go to that city or that new country and seeing it, and it's fine. But I don't gotta go. Let's go surfing. Let's go skydiving. Let's go this and
I
that. I was
need
like, I
to-
don't need to do all that.
Because for me, when I'm on vacation, none of that has to do with the place that I'm in.
Exactly.
So if I go to like where you was at, I want to see that. I want to see that. I want to. Where's a thing that I can only do here?
Exactly.
Skydiving I can do anywhere.
Right.
So I don't need to go on vacation to go skydiving.
Right.
I don't need to even I work the ships and stuff like that, and people will go whale watching and things of that nature. And it's like, but if you just look outside on the water, there's a whale. I'm gonna pay all this money. It's right there.
And it might be a spoiled thing from people that are from that live on the coast. Maybe maybe New Yorkers and people in Florida, people like California.
People.
Yeah, we're kind of spoiled, especially when it comes to water. If you're living in middle America, this shit is everything to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I get it. Like, even though Janelle was born she's on the coast where she was born and raised at. Out here, she's just like the beach still, like just seeing certain things. It's just like that makes me feel alive. I'm just like, okay,
this might damage my likability, but vacation is for fucking. Period.
That's how I feel.
Vacations for fucking.
That's
all
how
that
I feel.
extra shit, all that adventurous. That's for women. Women want to do. I'd be like, man, when are we getting to the fucking?
Exactly.
Why are we doing this stuff? Is it because all you're gonna do is get tired?
Yeah.
Oh.
So let me ask y'all this then. How soon do you want to
When do
have?
we get there?
Yeah.
Stop.
Immediately.
Immediately, right?
We are fucking.
Man.
And honestly, I would rather let's get the fucking out the way and then
Yes.
and then do whatever
if we
you
have
wanna
more
do.
energy.
Yeah. And
If
whatever
we
you
have
wanna
more
do.
energy.
Because what I don't want to happen, which is going to happen every time, is we're going to do all these things. You're going to get fucking sleepy. And then
And there's gonna be regular sex.
I was about to
and
say, if we do it, it's
vacation
going to be
sex.
trash as shit.
Exactly.
Should be
So
vacation
let's do it
sex.
first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's day drink.
Yeah. If we
Let's
have
day drink, fuck, and then
Yes.
if we fall asleep, hey nigga, we fall asleep.
Yep.
But we still got
But
time to wake up
we
and do
still got-
something.
and go do the nightlife. But
Yeah.
what I don't want to do is be in the sun or be in it. Sun makes
Getting
you
tired.
tired. Drinking all day makes you tired.
Yeah.
Eating all day makes you tired.
Hiking.
Then we
getting
get back,
tired.
and then we're gonna have sex because you promised me we'd have sex, but it's gonna be the same regular sex.
Regular
that we
sex.
just-
At home
Fuck
sex
that
on
shit.
vacation. I don't want to have
Fuck
at
that.
home
Can't
sex.
have- first.
No,
Nah.
you can't have at home sex in room
Have
417.
sex first.
Yeah. In all honesty, yes.
In your day to day life too. Fuck first.
Yeah.
Like before you
Yes.
go to work, smash.
Yeah.
Do it. Get it out the way.
Everybody will have a much
better day.
Everyone, dog.
And that's how I feel. If we get there, let's say we get there at 1:00, right? 1 p.m. Right? We get there at 1 p.m. We should have sex very quickly within that
By 3:30.
Yeah.
Sure. 'Cause you gotta,
That's a little too late for me.
by 3. Because I'm just saying,
maybe
you
a
check
drink.
in.
Maybe a drink.
You check in, you get a drink.
That's
you know,
fair. That's fair.
Maybe,
Okay.
unpack your stuff.
Like, oh, this is nice, and then we fuck.
and then
I'm
we
not
and then
unpacking.
smash.
I want to fuck before I unpack. But I,
I like that
saying.
idea. I like that idea.
But I get what you're saying. But I feel like if we get that done that early, even if we're tired, we can take a nap and be ready by 5:30, and we get the
Absolutely.
rest of the fucking night to do whatever. Go dinner, go travel, go
Absolutely.
sightsee, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's how I
And
feel.
and your day nap shouldn't be long because you're just gonna be groggy. So
Exactly.
really, if you do a 3:30 smash, fall asleep, wake up at 4:30, that is more than enough because you're not gonna fall asleep right away.
No.
So you fall asleep, 3:30 smash. Let's say it's a 15-minute smash,
Yep.
15, 20,
Yep.
right?
Max.
Fall asleep 4:15.
I don't care to fuck longer than that much. So go keep going, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You fall asleep
now
4:15.
you bringing that home sex on vacation.
You wake up, you sleep from 4:15 to 4:45, 30-minute to 45-minute nap.
Yeah.
Nigga, you
Let's
good.
go. Yeah.
You good to go. I power nap in Vegas all the time.
Yeah.
To stay out till 4, 5 in the morning. I after my show, I'll go lay down. Shows is done 10, 11. I'll go lay down for 30 minutes. Close my eyes, set an alarm, wake up, and nigga, I am powered up.
Yeah.
The problem is niggas be trying to do too much, try to bust 4, 5 nuts and shit. Dog, get that one nut off
You get your one nut
and go
chill out.
have a good time.
I just want to have sex on a balcony, overlooking the people.
That is, he
overlooking
brought that
the-
up twice. That is his. That is his thing. He was like, nigga, I want your titties hitting the rail. I want somebody to possibly see us.
from the second floor,
I
That
want
fresh
to smash
from
from the
the
second
Mexico
floor.
air, man. It's
facing the highway.
I want
overlooking
to
the beach, man. You know what I'm
the
saying?
beach. Okay.
But it's like it's one of those things. Like, yes, I feel like my activity. Cause that's what I feel like.
I love the idea of you like getting in the room and finding out that there's no view and you're going back downstairs and be like, "Could you mind if we could get a view?" It's like, what for? Because we trying to fuck on the balcony.
I can't fuck
I
like
can't
another
fuck
building.
like-
But that's the thing. It's like it's one of those things. Like our activity, like you said, is what 15 minutes, 20 minutes max, right?
Right.
Your activity is gonna take us hours.
hours.
So let's do my activity first. It's the shortest amount of time, right? We both gonna have some fun for the most part.
We got to shower anyway before we go out.
Exactly.
So-
And women don't necessarily get tired after sex.
Not all the time. Some women get
Yeah.
completely powered down if they have
A
that type
lot
of
of women,
orgasm.
I will argue, women can fuck for about 15, 20 minutes and get up and fucking do a bunch of shit. Like with ease.
Maybe.
I met for some women that either they literally their orgasm powers them down. They're done. They're like a dude.
Yeah.
And
Chime in.
And then I've seen
Chime
then I've seen some women be like, yeah, like they get energy afterwards. They
Right.
have an orgasm and they're like, all right, nigga, I needed that. I'm up now.
Chime in. Can you change an engine right after fucking? Ladies, we want to hear it.
Can you change shit? I can
You
still
fix a whole fucking
function
engine.
after a smash.
It depends on what time the smash is.
Yeah.
After
like,
I smash, I
sometimes
at
we-
least want a 15-minute shut eye. Just I want to shut my eyes for.
Oh,
at least
that's
15
fine though.
minutes.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Like, but sometimes we smash to go to sleep. Like it's gonna put us to sleep.
It's our NyQuil.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, pretty much.
Agreed. Yeah.
Like I'll be like, why am I up? She's like, oh, I'm like, oh, let's knock this out so we can go to bed.
Also, ladies, you got headaches? Let one off. Get one off. It'll ease all that tension and help you out. Get to bed. It's
So
very
the
therapeutic.
moral of the story: smash 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever your activities for the day, whatever, smash first.
I don't even want to think about even almost possibly jacking off on vacation.
No, hell no.
I shouldn't even cross my mind. Though, is what I'm
No.
saying. It should be like, yo, we get here. I want you to, and then like you said, this is disgusting whore sex because for whatever reason you can't do it at your own house for the most part. When most
Well,
people
I have
say.
children. That's why I can't.
Understandable.
Yeah.
And it's just like, get that out the way there. I don't care if we have who's in our room next to us. If they hear us, I don't even give a fuck.
We got to figure out like a term to like tell the kid. Like so if you wanted to have this like fucking free sex in the house while the kids are sleeping and they hear it, what can you tell them it was to where they would be like, oh, okay, that's fine. What can you say? Mommy and daddy were just like,
My
what?
kids
Fill
too
in the
smart,
blank.
bro.
People used to, I guess the old TV saying was like, mommy and daddy are playing like, acting like they're on a roller coaster. Mommy and daddy are like, they're doing
okay.
stuff like that that's kind of adventurous in the sense of like, yeah, we're playing like, we're playing this little game we're playing, and then mommy has to be kind of loud sometimes, or so does daddy.
Okay.
And it's just like, oh, okay. Let me ask y'all this though, since y'all have children, because I never understood this. Do y'all lock the doors when you have sex? Since you guys have kids?
Yeah.
Your kids are kind of young right now, but like,
Yeah, once they're of age, yeah.
Even though my kids are knockers, because we've raised them to be, you knock before you enter a room.
yeah,
When a kid has just had a nightmare or whatever, he's so delusional.
yeah.
They just walking in. They're just gonna come in there. I had a bad dream. Oh, okay, and then you walk them back in there. But they're just coming. There's no when they're out of it in the middle of the night. There's no knocking.
Because my thing is like I don't understand, and I understand that kids would just sometimes just bust in. And even though I don't have children, I always hear the story like our kids walked in on us having sex multiple times. I'm like, why the fuck are you not locking the door?
Yeah, I lock the
this
door.
makes no sense to me.
I like it every time.
Especially if she's like going ham on the dome skis. It's just like I don't want my kids to see their mother like just slobbing. That's crazy.
I always lock the door.
Yeah, I mean, those people live in Vacaville. Shout out to Vacaville. Mad love, man. Had a great time. Actually, I did have a good time there. I had a good set.
Title of this episode, by the way, is Smash First.
Smash first.
Smash
ask
first.
Smash first. Questions later.
Questions later. Shoot first, ask questions last.
I was talking to somebody this morning actually about some other shit, but if I weren't such a I prefer sex with bigger women. If I had to choose, I prefer sex with bigger women.
Bigger as in what? BBW bigger or just like?
Yeah, BBW bigger. Yep.
I don't know if I believe you, but go ahead.
Yep. No, dead ass. I'm such a coward that like I can't bring them. I can't be beside them like in the world because of the criticism. You know what I mean? So
I know exactly what you mean.
well, for me, it's kind of like I would love if a woman could metamorph, like if you could be
Big in the bedroom and then shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you could be like thin in the streets or slim in the streets and thick in the sheets, like that would be my ideal. But I
Let me tell you something. Gary just I feel like he wants to get canceled. And he's just like,
why? It's just what I like. I'm
That's
a coward.
honest, but that's honestly,
that's 100%
coward.
honesty.
honestly, that's a lot of dudes live like that. We're like,
For sure.
They either
Big
like, and not
girls-
just big, whether it's cultural. A lot of dudes might like a certain color of woman or a certain size, but that would be frowned upon in
Yep.
whatever community that they're in. So they do that shit in private.
Yep.
And it's like, I don't think he's saying that to be,
I mean,
and the fact that he said I'm a coward,
Oh, yeah, I'm a
I
coward.
think
Total coward.
is
It offsets it a little.
honest.
Yeah.
No, because a lot of dudes and women. We'll say women too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who
So you say a lot of women like short kings?
I
They just-
think
they're just
that
afraid?
people will do stuff. A lot of people will do a lot of things behind closed doors that nobody knew.
Oh, for
And it's
sure.
public perception.
sure.
Even when it comes to, like, I'll admit, there were girls that I was smashing. They weren't ugly or anything, but when they asked me, I've had this happen a few times when they were like, "Would you ever date me though?" And I was like, "No,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I
that's the
can't."
sad
You're
part.
not.
Walk around worthy.
Yeah, you're not.
From society's perspective, from people looking
Well-
at you can walk along an empty beach with her, like in the middle of the night with nobody. It's
In
because
Vacaville?
it's because eyes are on you.
Well,
now
wait.
you're like, I can't do it.
Let me ask you this: does that energy change when this is a homegirl of yours that's not that attractive, and you're walking with her in public? Are you just like, or you still like, I don't care because
No,
she's not
it's
really my
my, it's
girl?
my, it's my
That's
homie.
interesting.
Which is weird because it's my homie. I don't care.
Right, but do
Right.
you feel like you may subconsciously move in a certain way to let the world know that this is just my friend?
I don't think it's subconscious. I think it's just honest. You are moving in a different way when it's just
Yeah,
your
my
friends.
body
So they
language.
just- your
My
body-
body language might not be to hug up
You're
on
just like
you.
a couple paces in front of her and shit.
No, I think your energy is just chill.
Yeah.
Versus somebody you're smashing or you're hanging out with, you have a different energy.
Yeah, like, but well, my girl and I were walking. Sometimes we don't hold hands a lot, but sometimes we'll be walking and she just grab my hand. That's not gonna ever happen with that particular person. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's just like, and I've been there before. I've been walking with a girl that I wasn't with, and she wasn't that attractive, and I gave zero fucks. Like I was walking, I didn't care if anybody thought that was my girl. If they would have ever asked me, I'd be like, "It's not my girl, dog.
it's
I'm
my
not with
homie."
her." So it's like I didn't care. But when I was a girl that was smashing, and we walked out, and maybe because if you do get asked, if you be like, "Ew, no, I'm not dating her."
Well, nobody's ever gonna ask you. It's just
If
sort
you
of
see
the
somebody you
perception.
know-
They still not gonna ask you in that moment. They'll ask you later. It's just like it's mostly just from the public. So like, let's say there is a girl that you are smashing who is not the most attractive, or someone who society doesn't say is a good fit for you. How do you go about like navigating the world with her or entering spaces
Right.
with her in a way where it's like you don't want her to feel like she's an embarrassment, but also you
but
don't want the
she
world
is.
to think that y'all fucking.
But she
Well, that's why
is.
you kind of get that
It's,
person.
you don't want the world to know. She's
yeah,
an embarrassment.
Yeah, I think you get that
And it goes
person-
both ways, so I don't mind saying this. Like, women do this too. Like,
yeah, for sure. They do it also. They might not want to say it publicly, but they do it
Yeah,
also.
I'll
But
say I don't care.
I'm like this. I try to get you out of there before I got to hit the streets.
Yeah.
So it's like before I have to go somewhere, I either try to remove myself. Hey, my brother, I gotta get over there. So we ain't gotta go out. Cause there've been times where I've messed with a girl and she wasn't that attractive. She'd be like, "You wanna just go grab something real quick?" And I'm just
I
like,
ain't even hungry.
I'm
You
not
always
even-
hungry.
yeah.
Nah.
and she
Nah.
you hears your stomach growl. You're just
Yeah.
like, I'm straight
Nah,
though.
I'm
Like, I'm
good.
just like, it's gas. It ain't even like that. I'm hungry. And it's just like, I try to just X that completely. So it's like, all right, the situation is the situation. We're literally just doing this. Understand that we're just smashing. We're not supposed to be seen in public together.
Now, in fairness,
But
go ahead.
I was gonna say there's even another layer of like fucking like complication when like there was a time like when I was actually like pretty kind of dating a girl, a white girl, right? You know,
No.
I mean,
obviously.
you didn't
But,
have to say that,
you know,
we have to say, you don't ever have to explain.
it's either gay or white women. Like there's no in between.
Well, no, you just added the fats.
No, but it would be weird when like
said
she
added the
would
fats?
Yeah.
when she would try to be like PDA
Yeah.
in black spaces.
Yeah.
Like in predominantly black spaces. She would try to like hold a hand or hug up on me and shit. And I'm like, bitch, not in front of the niggas. Like,
Yeah.
what are you
Wait.
doing? Yeah, dead ass.
Wait, hold on. You got to take some accountability. Why are you bringing her in black spaces?
Oh, it was just like a comedy show or something like that.
Because I know for me, the times that I have smashed chicks outside of my race, and this is probably going to what you said earlier, maybe I'm a coward. I'll take that. I don't bring a lot of them in black spaces.
Yeah.
Like I rarely ever bring. I think I was messing with this, and I wasn't even with her, but I was dating like this one Salvadorian chick, and she kind of has the flavor of like that black people would like anyways. So it was easier to bring her around. But the two white girls I smashed, they've never seen a black face in their life around me before.
Interesting.
Unless it was like the people I was living with.
What they look, but I feel like it depends on what they look like and stuff too. Because that one you used to bring around, nobody had it. No one would have.
They understood. She was that bad.
She was
ain't gotta
French.
have-
The French.
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
I need a moment.
Ah, she was
I
so
was like-
bad, nigga.
I was like, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And I think people
But
understand.
even with that though, there's still just like, and it's only, mind you, like I never intentionally like, bro. It was one.
Yeah.
It happens twice. One was a comedy show, and one was like this bomb ass like soul food restaurant. It's like black restaurant. It was like in those two cases, where it's like, hey, you know,
Shit.
not right here, not here.
You should have the soul food to go.
You said what?
Should have the
Soul
soul
food
food
to
to
go.
go. You went to a space that
Okay.
you know was a black space. That's accountability, Gary. You got to hold that on
Okay.
yourself.
Yeah.
The comedy show, if you knew it was a black show, then you got to
I
understand.
didn't know. I didn't know that.
So that's different.
Yeah.
But like
didn't know
the
that.
soul food spot, we know it's a black spot. There's gonna be black people there. Just like, hey, let's just get that.
Maybe he didn't know. Maybe he thought he could handle it though.
Maybe I thought, yeah. Actually, even now we're just getting into particulars, but like it didn't actually happen at the restaurant. The restaurant I did go with just a friend of mine, and yeah, she was white, but there was no like we're just friends. But yeah, that comedy show shit stuck with me. Like it was we were there together. You
so it's the one I'm talking about?
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. It's just like no, like.
And it was
Weird.
it was like PDA to a point where she was trying to like
And no, it
kiss
wasn't
up on
even.
you
It
and stuff like
wasn't
that.
even egregious. It was just like a simple like wrapper.
It was enough. It was enough to be like, this is. I'm here with.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
But I yeah, it's a fact.
And that was the first time that's ever
I can't
happened.
get coward out of my head because now it's like that makes so much sense, and I think we all have a little bit in it.
And
like,
yeah.
But I know for me, a lot of mine wasn't even public. It was part coward, but it was also like I'm just being realistic as far as who I would want to when it came to dating. I know that pregnancy is a possibility.
Yep.
I know that feelings growing is a possibility. I know all this. So it's like, is this somebody that I want to have children with, that I would want to be seen with, that I would want to take family portraits with? That like I used to go down these long ass,
I understand.
I like things, and I would be like, so what's the point of even trying to go? I know I ain't trying to pose up with you. I ain't trying to, have
girl-
kids with you.
any
Sounds
girl-
like emotional maturity to me.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
but I'm
I was
saying
like,
any
I
girl
know
I've
I
ever
ain't.
dated seriously or like dated to at least about to be before a girlfriend, whatever the case may be, I had those same checklists. It's like, yo, if I bring around my family, my friends, if I have children with
Right.
this person, like, can I handle and stomach all that? Can I be cool and comfortable?
And am I gonna? Yeah,
the
am I gonna be
situation.
comfortable? Am I
Right.
gonna be proud of this?
Right,
And that would be my biggest thing.
right.
Was like, let's say, I'm past that. I don't give a fuck what nobody think. But is this good enough for me? Because
Right.
I have my own of what I deal, and I don't know if this is from society. I don't know if it's from, whatever. But I have my own things of what I'm supposed to do,
Right.
and just I don't know where that comes from, and it might be a lot of childhood stuff. That I remember there was a girl in high school that I thought was cute, and
Nobody else did.
huh?
And then, but nobody
No,
else did.
my circle
Didn't
was
approve.
like she like basically like she's not where you're supposed to be. She wasn't ugly.
That's hilarious.
She wasn't, but it was on some like you're supposed to do certain things, and that's not. You know what I mean? And I was just
She
like,
had no ambition or
That's
something.
fucked up.
no, we were kids. We were this is high school.
Where is she today?
She's doing fine. She's single, but
You know what's funny? That's like those teen movies where like the hot guy dates like the little weird goth
Yeah.
girl, and then all of a sudden does a makeover. It's like da da da.
was
da,
actually
but
da,
our
da,
high
pretty.
school,
Yeah.
our high school was like that though.
Mm.
Our high school was very, very TV. Like I'm saying, the goth people here, the jocks here, the cheerleaders here, the popular kids. Like our school was very, very like stereotypical. So like when you're in a certain social circle, I did used to feel pressure sometimes of being like, if I don't ask out one of the baddest chicks here, then what am I doing?
Right.
Because people are gonna be like, why? And then I don't know if I just got accustomed to it, because then if that's all you go for and then you start succeeding in that area, well, I can't go back
Yeah.
to the other area. I'm here now. Like I can't downgrade.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. When I was in high school, I liked them all. Like there was, like I used to be in bands, so I didn't care to smash a band chick. But like, I remember there was like this kind of black kind of goth girl at our school. I was just like, I want her, and I would have dated her. I would have walked around with her because she was Even though she was a little gothy,
Coffee.
she was still like, I guarantee
You could be fine in golf.
if you stripped her off the golf look,
Yeah,
you'd
you
be
could
like,
be
oh,
bad
she
in
bad.
golf.
Like, she fine as
Yeah.
hell.
So
And I don't even think she's even a golf now. I think I remember after high school, she wasn't as
No, that should
she
be
wasn't
a
as much.
phase
It
and
was a
whatnot,
phase or
yeah.
whatever. And she's just like, niggas like, yo, so and so, niggas are smashing her after that. And niggas like, okay, we see what it is. So I was just like, okay, that's the
Testable.
you know.
But high school, that was a different. I wasn't even smashing like that in high school anyway. But when I became an adult, though, it became more about for the rest of my life, I got to take pictures with you. I gotta have kids with you. I
think
and
that's just that your father probably instilled in you, like, into your subconscious.
I don't think it was him.
You don't think so?
Matter of fact, I know it wasn't him.
My
But
dad,
he was like, smash everything.
that was my dad. My dad's resume is crazy.
My dad was never smashed anything, but I just know that he never cared.
Was it
really.
your mother then? Like, sort of, was she the
My mom
picture
cared
that
more
she
about
displayed?
their. My mom instilled in me the stuff that actually matters, the wholesome side, the quality stuff.
woman.
So my
maybe
mom,
that's
so
where it
that's
came
where a
from.
lot of it came from too. Was
Yeah.
like, I would look at a woman and let's say she was cool. Now beyond that, now I'm looking at your family. Now I'm looking at your upbringing. Now I'm looking at a lot of things, and it's just like, all right, you cool, but if I have children with you and it's holiday season and I got to go spend it with these motherfuckers, and your family is a shit show, can't do it.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. That's also a means to kind of keep us separate and keep people divided. But I do understand it 1,000%, because it's measures that should be taken if you're looking for like the best
Right.
in terms of like your lineage, in terms of like, like I with my family, I'm the one who's like, if I look at your family and nigga, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I gotta give, grace where I can too, because my shit is all fucked up.
Yeah.
But that makes so much sense.
Yeah, I was just like, I just think about this stuff. Like, man, we have to deal with. If I marry you, I have to deal with your family. Man, and granted, I understand that which I didn't know this. I guess we're spoiled on as far as like loved one and stuff. I put a post up the other day, like, would you take? I think it was $240,000 a year for the rest of your life, but you can't speak to your sibling for 15 years. And I was
Woo,
I said hell no. My brother said hell no. There was like maybe 3 other people that said absolutely not. Everybody else, shit, I ain't talked to my sister in 5 years. And I was like, God damn, like people's families. I was like, I did not know that people really don't fuck with their family. Like, you see the memes, like family, friends is sometimes better. And I see that shit, but it's like, I'm thinking people just mad at that moment or venting, and people really don't be fucking with their parents or their siblings. And I can't fathom that. I don't know what that is.
Honestly, like, when you think about parents who stay together in sort of soured marriages just for the kids, I think this is probably one of the good things that comes from it, is the way that, like, you guys still and it's like, it's not, your family isn't fractured so early on, you know what I mean? Though they're not the happiest, but like, you guys still have like a sound, solid foundation to come up in and develop thoughts of like being very particular about who you date and who you won't be seen in public with. So I like that.
My thing is too, $240,000 in Los Angeles is not shit.
It's not shit. It's
So
not
it's
for me to
just-
talk to my brother. My brother's for the 15. Are you insane?
$240 million?
Most people was like, yeah.
Because I know for the fact that money is not going to help out my regret if something ever happened to that person. It's not going to ever be able to help out my regret to be like, yo,
But that's because you fuck with your family. Like, a lot of
Yeah.
people do not fuck with their family, and I was not. I felt, honestly, reading the comments, I felt bad. I felt sorry for them. That I'm so sorry that
That's emotion.
you have this relationship with people that are, you're supposed to be your number ones. Like,
and
that
honestly,
sucks.
too, I want to know what happened, because I feel like some shit can be over. You can get
Oh,
over
absolutely.
that. It's like it's something that's hella petty.
Absolutely. Most things, when you hear people's beefs, a lot of times you be like, nigga, y'all fell out over that?
Yeah.
Like, that's
Hey, man, all
ridiculous.
credit to your mom too, man. I'm just thinking about this some more, man. For being
I just want to know what dumb shit you're about to say right now.
I'm not. No, for being like just solid and just like low key and just like
she
even
showing.
killed. You know what I mean?
She be
Because
showing.
if she was crazy, then,
If my mom
things would
wasn't
take a
who
way
she
different.
was, her and
Yeah.
my dad would not have.
Exactly.
That would have been the most toxic household.
Oh, 100%.
You need
And
that balance.
yeah, you needed the calm for the chaos
Mm-hmm.
and the, because that would have been a shit show if they had similar personalities,
Yeah,
we
that's
would,
what I'm saying. That's what I'm
that
saying,
would have
man,
been
to make that thing work
out of
like
control.
that. Man, and shout out to Keith, man, just for
What the fuck are you talking
I
about?
don't know. This nigga just rambling at this point.
This nigga- wow, bro. But yeah, I feel bad for people who really don't have circles of family and friends, not just family, friends that you can. Like, you didn't have
major,
nobody you
man.
can call on, or
That's
nobody
major.
that you like enough to where money don't mean shit.
I found that people don't know how to nurture friendships at this age. It is a lot of people. It is very, very, very difficult. It's very fucking difficult for people to. It's. I mean, like I can give you example like coming through and like also just like sort of even making plans in a way and with any level of like consistency is like an inconvenience. Like making friends as an adult is fucking incredibly hard.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
We luckily we kind of fall into like the same world, so it's like friendship and work. You know what I mean? But it's fucking difficult, man.
Yeah.
It's really difficult.
Yeah,
for
I
a
can
lot of
imagine people who, have to work and have kids and shit.
people. Yeah.
Like, we hang out because, like, you have to come with me to
Yeah.
Tacoma next weekend because we got to work.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
of course we're going to
So,
hang out
yeah.
and build our friendship and talk on the plane and talk in the
Right.
hotel. And, then we do this and we talk for hours before
Yeah.
and after. And also, yeah, it's easier
And
to.
it's also we're doing a thing that we enjoy doing.
Right.
So
So it's
most
easy to
people hate their
nurture-
work. So either you bind together with people who you also hate work with, and y'all kind of form a bond and a community on that. But if you don't like work and you don't like the people that you work with, then it's like, and you're in a new city or something, like it's like now what,
Yeah.
It's fucking hard, man. It's
yeah,
hard. So
to
shout out
make it, to see each other, to talk,
right.
to,
Yeah, to see each other, to make plans,
to,
like that shit just
to
is
remember,
like,
and
but I
to
got
have
this
your
in-
schedules.
Yeah.
Now, that's one thing I feel like we have harder, actually, is trying
Making time?
to link up. Because every time we try to plan something, somebody's always out of town, or somebody's got to shoot something, or somebody. So I feel like on the entertainment side, we have that part harder as far as really trying to find a time when everybody can do something.
But it's
versus
also
people who go to work Monday through Friday, they have every weekend. They have, you know what I mean? They
Yeah.
have the same vacation times. They have, our shit's hard.
we have it easier though, in a sense that there's so much grace given to that lag in time, or those long periods of like not seeing each other or not communicating, like on a, you know what I mean? Normal friendships, you got to communicate a little more.
Yeah.
With us, it's like, nigga, I ain't seen you in 3 years. How you like? And you can just pick up where you left off. They was working on a project. They was doing this,
Right.
et cetera. That's why they moved to New York to work on the thing. Like, so it's just more grace given. So there's less
You understand the work.
demands,
Yeah.
in terms of like what friendship means versus people who work like a 9 to 5 and like, they're pretty
This nigga
consistent.
over here doing over here.
Oh, sorry. My apologies. I have like a certain time frame. I got to post something.
Oh, I
Yeah.
posted mine this morning.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance.
Yeah.
So
I said it
my
on
apology.
timer.
But I was tapped out for a second.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
That's how you know you wasn't listening? You weren't even listening, though. That's what makes it funny. Yeah, man.
I was like, someone listening. I see hear you say what you were talking about. And then,
friendships. And,
oh yeah, you're talking about y'all being on the road and being able to just have those discussions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's why I love going on the road with people that I know and friends.
Yeah,
I'd rather people to say like, just take I can't just take somebody that I don't really rock with like that.
Yeah, but
I'm
that's how
noticing
you form
that.
new friendship though.
I'm noticing that more and more.
I'm 37.
You got plenty of time. You
Yeah.
got time for everything.
I got the friends that I'm going to be friends with. If I meet those friends organically, people organically, then that's different. But it's like if I already have enough friends in comedy that I can pull from. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like it's like I got friends that I came in the game with early. That if I get on before, then I'll take them on the road. And even if not one of them, it's just like I came up with so many other comics that have helped me, give me opportunities. I'll take one of them on the road.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I'm saying?
understand that.
My shit
But,
is my shit is booked, and I'm not even on like that. And I was like, nope, I already know who I'm gonna take, and if they can't do it, there's another person I gotta take.
What's your experience been like with on the road and meeting sort of the locals and people, you know what I mean, where you don't have your own team there?
It is so. Well, one, and probably this weekend was the first time I really experienced it. Was one, you have them being a fan of you, of them being like, oh man, like I get to open for.
Is that a pro or
so-and-so."
con?
It was just weird for me
Okay.
because I don't deem myself Like,
Famous shit?
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
who's this shit? You know what I mean?
It's weird to hear people think of you as famous. Even when I was at Big Sky, people were saying certain things to me. I'm just like, and then when I get other people coming up to me too, I'll be like, bro, I'm not. Maybe I'm not there yet because I know where I'm at financially in certain
and
spaces.
everything.
I'm like, all
career
right.
wise, all that shit.
Yeah, I know there's a lot more opportunities that can be coming my way to where I feel like, all right, I know I'm here. I expect this now.
Right.
So when somebody comes up to me and says, oh, hey, man, I've been a fan of you for like 3 years, I'm like, 3 years?
In my head, I'd be like, why? Like, I'd be like,
And it's like
why?
I don't want to dim my, I was having this discussion with myself, and then Lou said it in a group text, but he's just like, I don't want to dim my own light. And it's just like, we got to understand too, we got to make an adjustment to where nowadays fame, like it was back in the day, was TV fame, was
Right.
movie fame.
Right.
That shit ain't the same no more.
Right.
Internet fame is probably even bigger or just as big as that other fame. So it's like when they see you online and you have this many followers or your video goes viral and like, I go to your page every day to watch all your videos. To you, to them, that's famous.
Yeah.
And it's like this is still new to us that this is actually real fame.
It's new, and also it's a huge point of validation is industry validation, and now that's not needed anymore. So we're still trying
Very
to
true.
recalibrate ourselves to like, oh, no, it's the people that matter. It's not the
Yeah.
industry.
Exactly.
So it's not that industry, the accolades from all that shit.
Yeah,
So I
so
think
that-
that's also kind of takes some like reworking.
Yeah. So it was weird that because I was just like, oh, I introduced myself to everybody as if they have no clue who I am. So when they hit you with it, yeah, man, I was really excited about this weekend or whatever. Like I'm going to Atlanta, and one of the people was like, man, I can't believe I get to work with you, blah blah blah. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
so what?
It's
man?
just me. I'm not.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Another.
But
question.
to answer your question, it's different. It's way different going with you guys versus a stranger because of just what we're gonna do in between the shows
Right.
versus them. Like he took me out. He took me out Saturday night. We had a good time. And then so it was cool. We were supposed to hit the Viking game the next day with I was gonna go with the feature and the headliner, but we were hungover as shit. We didn't make it.
No, you were the headliner.
I mean, oh yeah, see, I'm not even used to. See what I'm saying?
Don't dim your light,
The
bro.
feature and the host, and yeah, we just didn't make it. But yeah, that'd be cool. But versus you guys, it's just a different. Hey nigga, get up. We finna go.
Level of comfort.
Yeah, just you know
Yeah.
what I mean, like, or and even post show, like, hey bro, that joke, these tags, yada. Versus him, like, even the host, I was like, hey man, would you like some, unsolicited advice? He was like, yeah. But y'all would have been like, hey man, cut that shit out. You know what I mean? Like, or don't,
Yeah.
So it's just
We don't ask each other. We just give it.
yeah, it's just a comfort level. It's a different energy. It's
Mate, that was a major pause.
sometimes even like the venting. I ain't venting to no stranger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and then just the camaraderie, and it's just more fun with your people.
Comedically, do you feel like there's anything like any stones unturned that you see sort of with some of the like local time, like, oh shit, that's a new little way to go about that? Is there anything like you could see sort of comedically that you
comedically, it's more honestly on the road. I just feel like the vet.
Okay.
Comedic, like versus when I'm with y'all, I don't feel like
Yeah.
the superior.
homies.
So you don't think
Yeah.
they're pushing out like new fresh ideas and new fresh
Nah,
like,
and even all I'm doing is being like, man, they need work.
they need work.
Which of course, they're
Yeah.
local. They've only been doing it, this amount of time. So like, of course, versus you guys, I'm just like, I don't listen to y'all set unless y'all say I'm doing some new shit. I know you're gonna crush. I know you're like, I don't have to.
Right.
Yeah.
Versus the local, I'm honestly like, how is this gonna go? Are they gonna be so awkward that I got to go up there and clean that shit up before I even get into my stuff? Or
Yeah.
how much time are they gonna do it? So it's a lot more, not stress, but a lot. I'm way more like what's happening.
Yeah.
Versus if you guys are there, or especially if it's three that like host featuring, nigga.
Yeah.
We about to crush this entire thing,
Yeah.
sell a bunch of shit, go party after, like, boom.
Yeah.
But it's like when you don't know the host, I honestly be watching like, all right, how is this gonna go? And like I have to watch the show because now I have to see what I need to do if shit got weird,
Yeah.
or if they're bombing, or if
Yeah.
I do not watch when you guys are there. I don't have to watch.
I typically, I guess it depends on like this weekend I'm gonna have the same feature. I don't know if I've ever met the guy before, but it's just like I probably watch like his first like set or two just to see, all right, if he's doing the same material. I'm like, okay, this is what I to expect when I get on stage, and then I'll be good. Because there's sometimes if I'm headlining and like you said, the feature isn't necessarily strong. It's like you're digging out of a hole. You got to fight for like maybe 10 to 15 minutes, depending on what just happened, and then you got to go into your material, and it's just like you said, with my friends, I just love the comfort of like knowing that everybody's gonna pull their weight. I don't worry about shit. I don't ever worry about anything like that. It's the same thing with being on the road with Tony. I think Tony has that kind of piece too. It's just like Brandon's gonna host the shit out of that shit. Whoever's gonna feature the shit, they're gonna feature the hell out of that spot, and then Tony gonna do what he has to do. And then it's a fun ass show. We all make money off merch, and then we should really chill. Like I'm a super chill too. I don't mind going out to do stuff, but I'm glad that the features are not like, let me hang around you a lot. It's just like I kind of just like I'm going back to the room, maybe grab some food. That's typically what I do.
But you know what's crazy is when I go with people I know, I want to do stuff. Yeah. When I'm by myself, I don't really be doing stuff. This was the first weekend where I went by myself, where I actually went and did shit in the city. But most of the time I don't, because I'm by myself. But if I'm with the homie, I'm like, bro, we gonna hit this spot. We gonna hit, like, let's go do shit.
Yeah.
You know, but like if I'm by myself, I don't really do as much stuff, because it's like, I just wanted to see that Prince shit really bad. You know what I mean? But but after going on the road with Drew in Portland, because we all knew each other, we had so much fun, and I was just like, I'm gonna start doing shit when I go to these cities. You know, especially as a headliner. Like as a feature, I do shit because the headliner wants to. But as a headliner, I never did anything. And now I'm like, yeah, no, I want to go do shit. You know, eat, hang out, whatever, you know, whatever it is, because like we're here.
Last question for Keenan.
You have a go-to 3-stroke method?
Not 3 strokes. I have a. It's not even a go-to position. I think it's a position that I think a lot of dudes know. But from when you hear, if you have sex with multiple women, they were like, a lot of dudes don't hit that particular spot, and it's an easy spot to hit if you do that position. And it's just like, I would probably go into that position
for all 3 strokes.
For all 3 strokes,
okay.
Because it's like, okay, she might be like, wait a second, he hit a different spot to where it's like,
you're trying to get more strokes,
right?
Okay.
Exactly. I wouldn't try to just do a doggy and then a. It's just like
a doggy, a missionary.
I wouldn't be satisfied. I would.
Yeah,
be like,
I know that's the point. No, that's the entire point. No, because you remember the time where it was like, just you remember the conversations like, only put the tip in,
right?
Only the tip, only the tip. And I used to get a lot of work done with the tip. You know what I mean? But like then I was just like, what if she was just like, okay, just the tip, okay, just 3 strokes. You get 3 strokes. What are you doing?
Yeah, I answered him. I told him about it.
All right, what was your answer?
Because I was like, I'm doing 3 super slows.
The slowest.
Super slows. Like holding it, like
I'm fucking for 15 minutes.
Like holding it, like I'm talking about thrust, hold, pulsate.
Yeah.
Pulsate until I'm like, I ain't gonna get hard no more. Back it out. Slow thrust, hold, pulsate.
Is this raw too?
Man. Yeah.
It's always raw.
Bro, I would never disrespect you like that
and who would
put you in a scenario
where you have to wear a condom
with a condom on.
People remember they tried to put porn. Remember they tried to ban raw sex and porn, and people was like, "There's no point in watching this shit."
Some do it though.
Condoms.
Some condoms.
When I see condom in porn, I'm out. I tap out every time.
Same.
I don't want to see that shit.
Same.
So yeah, it's raw. 3.
I want to watch a couple who trust each other.
Or not. You're just so reckless. You don't get your dirty bitch. Like I just want to see
dirty
that.
whore.
Dirty bitch. You know. So yeah, 3 slows for me.
What if you was watching a porn and you just some reason or not, you like you're into it, but you just like look at the comments and it's like, this is the scene where she contracted HIV. Would you still watch it?
Out of curiosity.
Nah, here's the thing I couldn't watch because I remember there's this dude I guess that got HIV and
HIV before all of the treatments where they can basically like cure it.
Right, and so I used to watch his scenes, not for him, but he used to be in a lot of scenes with all the black porn stars because there was only like a handful of guys.
You can have a favorite black porn star, dude. That's fine.
It's Justin Slayer, but it's not Justin Slayer who the dude was. Okay. This particular dude was somebody else. And after I found out that he had HIV, I couldn't even watch any of his scenes anymore, even if I've already seen him before. I couldn't even watch him just because I felt sad, I felt bad, and it's like it felt like his life was over.
I had something like that similar happen when a porn star, I found out she had died. And then I think she had like committed suicide or something, and I couldn't watch any more of her stuff.
Suicide,
yeah. I think she did have to.
I watched one last one, but like this was like
the going home. I think Shannon has a joke about how he said, I can't be what am I, Ghostbuster or whatever the case may be, he called it.
Yeah.
But it's like he talked about, like, I think he said Michelle Tucker. She didn't die, but like she retired. I remember Michelle
Right.
Tucker. She had the African tattoo on her butt, and she was tall. She was fine as hell. And it was just like I remember when she retired, I think she started doing like multi-level marketing at one point or some shit like that. It was just like, damn, man, like she really living the regular life now. It's just like it's Skin Diamond too. I think she out the game.
So you going G spot, 3 strokes, G spot in hopes of getting more strokes.
In hopes of getting more strokes,
Gotcha.
or she gonna be like, all right, this nigga just did something to me where today he gets 3, but later on tonight or tomorrow he's dogging it out now, and it's like it's to get
I
the
like the
comeback.
mentality. I mean, it's a little gluttonous, but I like the mentality.
How's it gluttonous?
Because she gave you something, and now you're like, that's not enough. I'm trying to get more.
I'm not saying it's not enough. I'm saying it's the opportunity to get more.
Yeah.
She's gonna want more. Am I gluttonous or she gluttonous?
Well, I mean, I respect the intention, but what if it doesn't? What if it's like, okay, thank
Then
you.
I'm
that was
good.
it.
I'm fine.
All right.
I'm not gonna be like, come on. I'm not a beggar. That's what I'm saying. My mentality now, I'll be like, I'm not even doing this. I'm not playing this game.
But you trying to, so 3 strokes, you trying to hit that spot. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And if I miss, I just miss.
All right. 3 regular strokes and you out.
It ain't regular. It ain't gonna be like bam, bam, bam. It's gonna be one of those. It's gonna be still slow, but to the G spot move.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all.
Right. I'm in, and then I'm rocking. Like, I'm pulsating and I'm rocking. So it's only a stroke if you come out.
Oh, facts.
Oh yeah, I'm in and I'm fucking rocking. I'm all the shit.
Are you rocking and doing the whole rotation with your pelvis to pelvis?
I'm
from the
doing all
clitoris?
that. I'm doing
Well,
all
it
that.
depends on how far it come out of where it counts as a stroke.
That's a fucking really good question.
You know what I mean? Because like,
That's-
if
you-
you're rocking, but it's a halfie,
Yeah.
that's a
Is that
a stroke.
A half
or
is-
is 2 halfies a whole?
If you do if you can see half the peen, I think that's a
Yeah.
stroke.
I feel that's a stroke too.
I think that's a stroke.
It's a stroke.
You ain't got to come all the way to the tip of the head for it to be a
Yeah.
stroke. I think if you
Okay.
have it, that's a
I
stroke.
got another thing.
Ladies, what you think?
I'm sitting
especially
there.
for all the ones y'all don't count.
What's a full
What's
stroke?
What's a
I'm
stroke?
sitting in it. And I'm allowing her to like,
Oh, shit.
if she wants to grind.
That's
with
all.
it.
Oh, you just saw it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
I don't know, because I'm thinking. Now, if you come halfway, I think that's a stroke.
That's a stroke. Yeah, that's a
I
stroke.
think that's a stroke.
Because some people's half is another person's full.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yep.
You ever? Never mind. All right.
All right,
You know, let's just end it. 'Cause I was about to go down a rabbit hole and tell too much business. All right. So, when are we doing this?
Dropping
It's
this
dropping
episode?
Saturday.
It's on Gary.
drop
You
it
can get it done.
Saturday.
You can get it done.
Yeah, I'll get it done.
All right, so we will drop it Saturday. And now that we're shooting here, you guys can watch it live on my Patreon. So we can do that now because we're not shooting with the phones anymore. So you can watch it on the Patreon live now.
We'll probably still be on your phone then, right? Because this is not gonna go. This is not gonna be live when we're doing it.
No, I'm gonna set this up separately.
Your phone separately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or bring my laptop, whatever. You know what I mean? So yeah, the Patreon will be
Gotcha.
on. So this weekend, it'll be out Saturday. So well, you don't need this, but catch us at Nate Jackson Super Funny Comedy Club, Sacramento. Gary will be featuring.
You said Sacramento, Seattle.
Seattle, sorry, because he's gonna be in
Tacoma.
Sac. I try
Tacoma, yeah.
to push his shit too.
Pause.
You know what I
Double
mean?
pause. He said gonna be in sack.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
Push his shit.
Yeah, all the way. Push it in deep.
Damn.
So we're gonna be in Tacoma,
Ooh,
Washington.
we didn't even think. Would you go anal for the 3 strokes?
No,
Hell
fuck
no.
no.
All right, just questions.
Yeah, that's real
Just
quick.
questions.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not.
You know,
So-
I would, obviously.
All right, so Tacoma, Washington, me and Gary, and then the week after that, I will be in Dallas with Gary,
Yeah.
and then
Got that
the week after that, I will be in.
Edmonton.
No, I'm going to the Bay, Antioch, on the 14th of October, and then after that, I'll be at Edmonton with Keenan. So yeah, those are the upcoming shows. Website KeonPulley.com. Keenan, you want to plug yours?
Yeah, Sacramento. I think this is dropping Saturday, so the Friday shows already be done. So if it comes out early Saturday, if you're in Sacramento, please hit that Laughs Unlimited. I don't know how these tickets gonna be looking, so I need all of you there. I know there's a Canelo fight going on, motherfuckers. I understand. I want to watch the fight too, but you got to support me at the end of the day. You don't get to rewind my set. You can rewind and watch the Canelo fight. You're gonna see the highlights anyways, whatever the case may be. So go see your boy Sacramento Laughs Unlimited, September 29th and the 30th. come through. You know, I don't get to headline a whole bunch, but I'm gonna start headlining
Yeah,
probably
pull
a lot
up,
next year,
please.
man. So pull up. Appreciate y'all.
Hell yeah.
And then, like I said, I'll be with Edmonton with Keon later on in October.
Yeah. All right, that's it. And then we'll see y'all next week.
Peace.